Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility, the show we do here every Wednesday, where we take a look at some of the cool new releases in progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, jazz, fusion. Those are the areas that we do cover here on the channel. Today, we've got a book review for you, once again from our esteemed colleague and one of the great authors for this type of music, Martin Popoff. We've got Uriah Heep, A Visual Biography. Okay, written by Martin Popoff with Kevin Julie on images. Okay, so this is from Weimer Publishing. This is one of those big coffee table books, as you can see. All right, there's the cover. Mr. David Byron in all his glory here. You've got a great shot of Mick Box and the late Ken Hensley dueling it out on guitars. Really cool to see Ken with a Carina Flying V playing the slide, and Mick, of course, with his black Gibson Les Paul Custom. Right, and of course, the late David Byron there on the back. So, as if you've seen any of Martin's previous books, you get the Blue Oyster Cult, the Thin Lizzies, the Van Halen, the Led Zeppelin. I mean, these are fantastic books, mainly filled with all sorts of great live photography, studio photography, all sorts of other memorabilia, photographs of memorabilia, that sort of thing, as well as like a timeline of the band's history, including album releases and tours and all that sort of thing. So just a lovely, lovely book. There's the late Gary Thane, David Byron. I'm not going to take you through the entire thing. There's Mr. Byron again, and of course Martin will sign every one of these for you if you like. So Martin wrote to Pete, "Here's to our next July morning solving the world's problems on the seas of tranquility." And he always comes up with something really cool to say. Thank you, Martin. Just such a wealth of information here. All right, you get a nice little introduction. And then, like I said, it starts from the beginning. So here you got the first section of the origins through 1974, talking about the Spice days, the Gods days, Toe Fat, and then moving on up to the beginning of the band's career with all sorts of glorious photographs and just a wealth of information. Here we jump ahead to 1971, pictures of singles, EPs, all sorts of stuff, magazine ads. All right. But I know for most people, the real juicy stuff are going to be the wealth of live archival photographs. And there's a lot of stuff here from shows in Europe, which is pretty cool, like Norway and France and the UK. All right, you got some of Roger Dean's artwork there, right, for Demons and Wizards and the Magician's Birthday. Let's find some other really cool stuff. I mean, just so many cool photographs. I love the tour posters, right, so you get to see some of the bands that he played with, especially in the early years. Just some great shots here. And you got photographs of John Wetton was in the band, the late John Wetton, late John Lawton. This is actually, I know he didn't plan it this way, but this book comes out not long after we lost Ken Hensley and Lee Kerslake, and now John Lawton. It's just, really tragic how the Heep family. This is a great, great page of vintage David Byron photos. Just absolutely wonderful. I mean, the photography here in here is just absolutely amazing. Speaking of Mr. Lawton, there he is. There's Ken Hensley once again on that cool Gibson Carina V. Like the one I got back there, right? So mine's an Epiphone. What else we got here? You got pictures of John Sloman and Chris Slade from their time together in the band on the Conquest album. You got Peter Golby in here from the early 80s period. Let me just find some stuff here. Here we go. The Abominog Head First album. John Sinclair. Pictures from Norway. And then, of course, you've got a wealth of stuff from the Bernie Shaw, Phil Lanzon era. The late Trevor Bolder as well. Just so much great stuff here. And then it takes you all the way up to the modern day. So you've got plenty of pictures here with Russell and Davey on board. Trying to get up to that more recent stuff. There we go. just a great book, and the chronology is just it's just great. It just lays everything out perfectly. Can't ask for much more. Can't ask for much more. So you can actually get this directly on Martin's website, martinpopoff.com. He'll have it to you depending on where you live. I mean, I'm in the U.S. He's in Canada. I had this about a week after I ordered it. Came pretty quick. A little more pricey than his normal books, but that's because it is a big, heavy book. I mean, this is a couple pounds. It's big, costs a bit to ship, but it's worth it if you are a loyal, longtime fan. You're going to want this. So many great photographs. It'll sit on your shelf perfectly alongside the other visual biographies that he has put out. And if you're a Nazareth fan, he's got one coming out. Should have it in any day now. I think he said they're on their way from the UK, so that should be another one to add to your collection. So again, there's a bunch of different bands that have been covered in this series, as Martin also mentioned in this book, but also mentioned here on Sea of Tranquility. He has enough information to probably put together an actual book, history of Uriah Heep, and maybe a couple volumes. So maybe we'll see that at some point. I'd be totally interested in that, because I don't know if there is a definitive Uriah Heep biography book out there. I know there's been a couple of them, but I think Martin could have the handle on the definitive version. So we'll see what happens in the future. Martin, if you're listening, make it happen, dude. So there you have it. martinpopoff.com. Get a hold of your Uriah Heep Visual Biography. It is a beautiful, beautiful book from Weimer Publishing. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so you get notified of all of our videos. There's also a link to the Ko-Fi page below if you want to make a channel donation. The link to our merch page if you want to get a cool new Uriah Heep. Get a cool new Sea of Tranquility shirt. We've got all sorts of different designs. We've got the catchphrase designs, all sorts of cool stuff. That's also linked below, as well as the link to our website, which has now been on the internet for 20 years this year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later on. Like I said, might have a new album review for you today. If not, I'll wait till next week. But tomorrow we've got The Monsters Den. Chris Allo and myself are going to be ranking our favorite 5 Stuart Gordon horror films. And then Friday morning, speaking of Martin Popoff, he and I will be back at the Funhouse ranking the albums of King Zex. You don't want to miss that. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please check out Uriah Heep, A Visual Biography by Martin Popoff, and we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.